Hey, Justin. It is, of course, well, you're sitting next to me, so you know I'm Kevin Van Ord.
I am sitting next to you. I'm Justin Calvert. You are Kevin Van Ord.
That is right.
And we are watching more Borderlands 2 footage.
So we just took a look. Well, you might be watching these out of order, but we also have a look at the other class besides the one we're looking at now. We looked at Axton the Commando, and now we are looking at Zero.
Yeah, Zero the Assassin, who I did play as. Played this demo as Zero at E3. If you haven't watched the other video yet, I totally missed this tunnel at the start. This is the easier way through the level. If you go the other way, you will get destroyed. Yeah, I gotta say, I think I just didn't get a handle on how to play as Zero during E3, because I feel like he's kind of being, or at least I was under the impression that he was maybe some kind of melee class. He definitely has a bunch of melee attacks. But Borderlands is a game all about guns, and so anytime I would try to get up close and personal with these enemies to melee them, invariably I would end up needing to get second wind or fleeing with very low health and that kind of stuff. So yeah, this level, if you haven't already seen it, the objective is to find this overseer, have Claptrap hack it for you, and then you need to escort it around this city as it destroys statues of, I forget who it is now. Something Bob. I'm totally forgetting now.
I forgot.
Basically, some kind of evil figure that we're trying to overthrow.
Oh, because these are propaganda statues.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack. Thank
That's
you. Video producer Aaron Sampson coming to the rescue. But yeah, you actually have to activate him a couple times. You can't just go up and click his button once, as I remember. It's a multi-step process.
And so these overseers they're pretty tough. They can take a lot of damage, as you will find out when you come up against one. But protecting this one isn't. I mean, he's also a really big target. So
yeah. And these are some powerful enemies, and that was super interesting. Now, what's that all about?
Yeah, this is, I don't know. So these are some of the melee attacks that he has. I'm just wondering if I think I just played horribly when I was using Zero, because I don't remember really seeing that screen.
Yeah, I had it a little bit easier as Axton, because the dropping a turret is a lot more straightforward than I think something like that.
So, yeah, this execute attack, it almost looks like you're kind of highlighting different weak points on the enemy, doesn't it? And then you have to get towards them really quickly.
Sort of a mark and execute.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But it looks like you have to keep yourself safe while you're trying to time that out, otherwise you're...
Yeah, and then there you could see, so one of the things I do remember is that I think one of the things you can put points into is getting a big damage bonus if you attack enemies from behind.
Right.
So that's gonna, introduce some kind of elements of strategy there, where you need your teammates to aggro the enemies, as it were, and then you just kind of get behind them like you're a rogue in an MMO or something, and just DPS from behind. So there we go. Okay, first statue.
So that didn't go so badly for these guys.
No.
Keep in mind, we're watching devs play their own game here.
Yeah, these are developers playing the game. We didn't get to record any of our own footage at E3 this year, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty glad we weren't recording the footage when Jody Robinson and I played. It was it would not have made for, well, some people might have enjoyed watching it, but not for the right reasons.
Yeah, and it is worth pointing out that this was a pretty tough thing that they did.
Yeah, this demo was rough.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, and one of the things that struck me as well was that when peering down sights, I noticed that there was a lot of play in the movement of the gun.
Right.
And I actually rather like that, because it means that Borderlands 2 isn't playing itself for you. In other words, there's not a real heavy, kind of auto-aim kind of thing going on. You really do have to be good in order to succeed.
Man, it's an awesome explosion.
Yeah.
Man, I love all the art they have on the walls here and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting detail. I love the upgrade in the art design in general. I actually wrote what came out of my appointment was an entire piece on the evolution of the art from Borderlands 1 to Borderlands 2. Borderlands 1 wasn't intended to look like it did originally, but obviously this game was built from scratch with an art design in mind, and I think it really comes across in the way the second game looks compared to the first.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it's probably a kind of dated analogy, but I feel like Borderlands maybe have the look of like a comic book, and this is more like the kind of graphic novel.
Right.
You know, like it's a much more sophisticated art style, and I mean, even ignoring the fact that the environments and stuff are infinitely more interesting this time around.
Yeah. I mean, it sort of reminded me, I mean, another 2K published game was The Darkness 2. And I talked with the producers of that project, and you know, Seth, one of those producers, talked to me about, you know, how hard it is. You know, you can't just do post-processing effects on all this stuff and make it look like anything but a cartoon. A lot of the time, it really does have to be built like this in order for it to come across as something a little bit more sophisticated, like you were saying. And I think that's the difference, perhaps, between the first game and the second game that we see. But it's still undeniably Borderlands when you look at it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think there's any mistaking it. Even just all the crazy weapon designs are a dead giveaway.
Interesting here, the weapon, the other enemy you saw, he was resisting the elemental effect that's applied to this particular weapon. What is the effect here? Is it acid?
I'm not sure. Yeah, is it like...
Oh, we'll just call it purple.
Yeah, the purple effect, the grape effect. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But you see that after you...
It seems to be.
It stays purple for a little while.
Yeah, so it's at least somewhat effective against mechanicals, which is handy on this level.
Trying to use some speed, getting it up close and moving away, as you probably would expect an assassin to do.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta say that. I mean, I will try Zero again when the game comes out, but based on my experience at E3, I am not planning. I don't think Zero is going to be my character. So
you notice the bot there holding up as a shield, had a shield pretty much there, like hitting that shield meant doing no damage.
Yeah,
but yeah,
definitely making you work way harder for your kills this time.
But I do like the idea of this character being sort of a, you know, hit and run.
That Overseer's health looks way close to 50%, which appears to be the objective.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call it.
Oh, hi.
I'm gonna call it the devs totally cheated. There's no way.
Is that your final answer, Justin?
Yeah, my final answer is whoever played this, Gearbox, 2K, you guys cheated. I mean, for one thing, you have 3 players and you only let us have 2.
Nice move. Zoom in for some quick damage.
So these constructors, I guess, they just basically as long as they're alive, they just keep building enemies and turrets and stuff to defend themselves. It's pretty cool.
Now, if only your constructor had a chance to do that.
I know, right?
Nice move.
Yeah. See this? Yes, I'm sort of wondering if that's why we got overwhelmed so much at E3. Is like, I mean, maybe there was just a constructor that we ignored for too long.
Yeah.
And so that entire time he's just, you know, constructing enemies.
Well, I guess he's aptly named then.
Yeah.
But it's also partly, I mean, usually you have to stay on the move in certain shooters, but even more so here. I really felt like you have to keep moving and taking in what's going on around you, especially if you're stuck in a position like this where you've got 2 teammates who are down.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see that at least they're not having an easy time of it. It makes me feel a little better about failing to complete the demo.
I mean, these are guys that know the game, presumably, I should say, inside and out.
Yeah, I mean they do, but then the enemies and such are still procedurally generated, right? So
I love the sky. By the way, I love the image of that planetoid up there, whether it be a moon or whether it be another planet.
The Death Star.
The Borderlands Death Star.
3, 2, 1, dance time.
So that's almost. Oh, what's happening?
Heal Just explode.
Oh, that just said press dance
You
button.
like dancing?
Was that a joke?
That was the dance of death.
It's straight. You saw it though, right? It flashed up as an objective. It said like press dance
I'm
button.
pretty sure that's what I saw too.
Hang on, last time. Oh no. I guess this playthrough is definitely different.
This
No,
is
here
a
we go.
oh, here we are.
Here we
Here's
go.
the.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for this.
We knew
dude
he
to
was
show up.
coming.
What is
Those
that? What is that
missiles.
purple damage? I saw a thing flash up earlier, like someone got like an in-game achievement for doing X amount of slag bonus damage. So I don't know if that's it. Yeah, doing slag damage. There we go.
You just like that word. But there you go. Another look at Borderlands 2. In this case, it was Zero, the assassin.